Welcome back to TMNtv News. I'm Liz Steck. The date is November 8th, 2021. In early September, President Joe Biden issued an executive order mandating that all federal employees be fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Because of their status as research universities, KU, K-State, and Wichita State are all following the mandate requiring their employees to get vaccinated. But according to Scott Kaysen, Fort Hays Chief Communications Officer, Fort Hays employees are exempt from the mandate because of different wording in the university's federal contracts. Fort Hays, though, is ready to change approaches as it forms new contracts and the situation surrounding COVID-19 continues. Laura Kelly released a statement last Friday showing that she does not think that President Biden's new federal vaccine mandate is the correct solution for Kansas. In her statement, she said that it is too late to impose a federal standard now that we have already developed systems and strategies that are tailored to our specific needs. This statement is courtesy of Governor Laura Kelly's Twitter account, where you can find more information from her tweets. The preliminary results are in for the Hays City Commission. Incumbents Sean Musil and Sandy Jacobs are leading with 31.6% and 25.5%. Respectively, Reese Barrick followed with 20.7% of the votes. For USD 489 BOE election, preliminary results show Kurt Viner leading with 27.2% of the votes, Ken Brooks with 17.7%, and Megan Zampiri-Lilpop with 14.1%. Zampiri-Lilpop has a narrow lead over Kathy Hopkins by only 5 votes after Tuesday's early results. We'll have the final results by next week. The American Democracy Project is a campus organization that works to provide civil discourse, education, and engagement to students at Fort Hays. Their most recent event was called Change My Mind, which gave students the opportunity to debate certain topics. I had the opportunity to go to this event and speak with the members of ADP. The American Democracy Project hosted Change My Mind on Wednesday, November 3rd. The goal of Change My Mind, which was inspired by Steven Crowder, who sets up booths around the U.S. and asks people to change his mind on controversial topics, was to promote civil discussion on campus. I had the pleasure of speaking with Ella Burrows about the event.
This is Change My Mind, and this is our little event to help promote civil discussion on the campus of FHSU. So students have the option of choosing either a zesty topic or an easy peasy topic. So these are harder, more politically challenging ones, and these are just little fun ones like, is a hot dog a sandwich? And we're just really trying to encourage civil discussion in a super fun way among our students.
In addition, the ADP staff played the devil's advocate to students' viewpoints to help further the discussion and to see if their minds could be changed. With Tiger Media Network, this is Liz Steck. Kansas Startup is an event hosted by the Robbins College of Business and Entrepreneurship. The event started in 2013 and is an opportunity for any student who has an idea to make that idea a reality. Here's the event facilitator and organizer, Henry Schwaller, with more information and why students should participate.
Kansas Startup is a 48-hour event, takes place over a weekend, begins on a Friday evening, ends on a Sunday evening, where Fort Hays students come together. They pitch ideas for new ventures, nonprofits, or maybe a solution to a university problem. They form teams around the best ideas, and then they spend the weekend actually turning that idea into something that they can take action on. Everyone has an idea. What do you do with that idea? And so what we're providing them is an opportunity to learn how to take ideas and make them reality. And that has a lot of benefit in the practical world, either in someone's chosen profession or in solving problems. It's a skill that can be taught and learned. We do that over the weekend. And it looks good on a resume that you participated in one of these things, again, regardless of major. And when you get to interact with other Fort Hays students, maybe some you've never met before, you may form a new connection, and that connection would serve you well in the future. So many benefits, and that's why we do it. We see that students understand why they're here and how all the little pieces of what they're studying fit together.
Registration for the event is open until the first day of competition, when participants will meet at the Robbins Center. For more information, visit kansasstartup.com. President Biden's signature $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill was passed last Friday with help from Republicans. This bill allows $100 billion in spending a year for 10 years. Biden went to Twitter with his excitement of his bill passing. Now, Democrats are hoping to vote on the safety net bill before Thanksgiving. The Leadership 310 course has partnered with Breathe Coffee House to start Can We Just Talk, a weekly meeting where participants talk and focus on all aspects of well-being. Hammeke Liu, attending the meeting, has the story.
Can We Just Talk event happens every Thursday at 7 p.m. at the Breathe Coffee House. The participants were mostly faculty staff and students in leadership department, led by Dr. Emily Washburn, a faculty in the Department of Health and Human Performance. The purpose of this event is to create a place for intentional conversations about all types of things that just a part of every day.
One of the things that we discussed tonight was just lifestyles and looking at ways to better our lifestyles, looking at how we can implement things throughout small things throughout our day that will enhance our physical well-being, that will enhance our mental, our social well-being.
After the daily chat, all the participants did a quick stare challenge. According to Emily, the idea is to show that when you want to be physically active throughout the day, there is different options to do that.
We just circled up. I timed them to challenge them to see how fast they could get down the stairs and back up. And then I actually pushed the challenge a little further to see if they could beat their first time by just using encouragement to each other, kind of cheering each other on, and everybody was all in for it and actually beat their time the second time that they all went back down the stairs and up. And so it was a way to just show a demonstration and an example of utilizing physical activity and getting more steps in throughout your day by picking stairs over an elevator or choosing stairs, as a way of exercising. Some of the ways that this benefits it is it just gives people a good support system to come and to meet new people. It allows them to visit about different maybe life circumstances or struggles or even victories that they're having, and to share that. And so we lack a lot of communication, face-to-face communication throughout our day, and this provides that structure, that space, that opportunity in a very inviting and trusting and comforting environment here at Breathe. And so know that their mission is to just continue spreading invitation to people to come in through the doors, grab a coffee, and enjoy intentional conversation with people.
That is what Can We Just Talk event is all about on November 4th. And if you're interested, join the Breathe Coffee House for an hour every Thursday. Hammeke Liu reports from Tiger Media Network.
Thank you, Hammeke. Again, Can We Just Talk takes place every Thursday at 7 p.m. at Breathe Coffee House. Fort Hays State University got some good news recently as it will accept $1.25 million grant from the U.S. Department of Justice's Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services. The ceremony will begin at 4 p.m. on November 23rd in the Fishley Wills Center for Student Success. The grant will help with the expansion of programs offered by the Regional De-Escalation Training established in 2020 at FHSU. This week's weather is mostly sunny with low in the 30s and highs in the low 60s. Today there will be north winds 15 to 20 miles an hour, and tonight the winds will lower to 10 to 15 miles an hour. This Wednesday there is a 30% chance of rain with mostly cloudy skies and northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. This Friday the low will be below freezing with the lowest high being in the 40s. The rest of the week will be mostly sunny. We are still sticking in there with warmer temperatures, but Friday's weather is a peek into the future weeks to come. This weather report will change throughout the week, so stay up to date with weatherbug.com. Next up, Kaden will bring you the sports update.
My name is Allie, and I'm a senior business major at Fort Hays. I love working for TMN. It has made me a more experienced photographer and really helped me professionally due to all the changing environments and the different opportunities. I've also been able to meet and talk to a lot of people, which has helped bring me on my show.
Tiger Media Network is the independent student media organization here at Fort Hays State University. It encompasses audio, video, print, photography, digital news. There's a little bit of everything at TMN.
They offer so many different events, opportunities, so many different things to go out and do and learn so that you can make a more compelling story and just help develop you as a storyteller.
I toured this facility and I saw this radio station and then the TV studio, and I was like, yeah, this is something that I definitely need to be a part of. Here, you know, I was instantly able to make my own content, being able to broadcast my own shows.
If you have a passion about sports or about news, it doesn't matter. You can come here and you can work from day one and get that experience that demonstrates your ability to be a professional in the media industry.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Teachers today are finding new ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Hello, Tigers. I'm Caden Sanders with your weekly sports update. The women's soccer team competed against Central Missouri Jennies this past weekend in the MIAA conference tournament. The Tigers entered the weekend being the 8th seed. The Tigers found themselves down 2-0, but then scored 2 goals in the final 10 minutes of the match. The match would only need to go to the 93rd minute as the Jennies scored the golden goal to win the match and survive and continue in the tournament. The Tigers' season finished at 8-3. The volleyball team competed against tough ranked opponents this week. The Tigers started their week competing against the 15th ranked Lopers of Nebraska Kearney. The Tigers would lose the match 3-0. The Tigers then traveled back home for their final home match of the season as they took on the second-ranked Central Missouri Jennies. They would fall 3-0. The Tigers are back on the road for one final regular season road trip. They will travel to take on Pitt State on Friday and then finish the regular season at Missouri Southern. The football team traveled to Tahlequah, Oklahoma to take on the Northeastern State Riverhawks for their final road game of the season. The Tigers had trouble putting together a complete game, but would still get the win 64-6. Quarterback Chance Fuller broke the all-time school throwing touchdown record with 61 touchdowns in a career. The men's soccer team was back in action this past week at home for the regular season finale against already decided tournament opponents. The Tigers played the Riverhawks for their first game of the week and won 2-0. The Tigers had one thing left to do, and that was win or tie to host the conference tournament at home. The Tigers and Southern Nazarene were in the race to host the conference tournament, but the only way the Crimson Storm was going to host the tournament was if they won the game. The Crimson Storm did get the one goal in the back of the net to win 1-0. They did become the regular season champions this season. They also will host the conference tournament. So this is how it shook out. Southern Nazarene will be the number 1 seed as they take on Northeastern State on Friday at 7 p.m. The Tigers will claim the 2nd seed in the tournament and will compete against Rogers State on Friday at 3 p.m. The winners of those matches will compete on Sunday at 1 o'clock for the conference tournament championship. Then the NCAA will come out with rankings and postseason bracket around 4 or 5 on Sunday. The Tigers look to continue the season and will be for sure continuing their season with a conference championship win. The women's basketball team had a chance of a lifetime to travel up to Connecticut to take on arguably the best women's basketball program ever in the Yukon Huskies. The Tigers were hoping to do better than a couple years ago when they had the same opportunity. The Tigers were defeated by the powerful Huskies 111-47. The positives coming out of the game for the Tigers were that they were scoring more than they did a couple years ago, and 2, they held the second best team in Division I to only have 17 points in the third quarter. The Tigers are still on the road this week in St. Joseph's, Missouri to take on Southern Oklahoma and Sioux Falls in the tournament to start their season. Last week we took a look at women's basketball team. Today, TMN's Reagan Neufeld will be giving us an insight on the men's basketball team and what their hopes for the season are.
The Fort Hays men's basketball team is focusing on improving and being more consistent compared to last season, which the Tigers ended with a record of 11-11. They've got a good start to improving, as 12 of the players from last year are returning, including all 5 of the starting lineup. I was able to speak with head coach Mark Johnson about this.
Again, we just want to be more consistent with our effort. Jared Vitztum was our first team all-conference guy. I feel like, he's playing at even a higher level than he did a year ago. Kaleb and Quentin had really nice freshman years. You're expecting to see them keep improving and be better. Nyjee, Wright, Gabe Pichel, those guys were all hurt the majority of last year. So just getting them healthy and them back, we think we'll do good things. Obviously, Gilbert, Peters, and B, our starting 4 or 5 men from Iceland, they're returning. So we think we have some experience, and we should be, an improved team just with all the valuable experience those guys gained a year ago.
As Johnson mentioned, one of the top players of the 2019-2020 season was Nyjee Wright, but he was injured most of last year. I talked with him about this and what he would like to see the team accomplish this year.
It was definitely a learning experience. I had to get through it, but I think my teammates helped me get through it. But this year I'm excited to be back and getting ready to compete with these guys. Overall, I think we definitely need to improve on our defense. I think we can get better on offense as well, and that's what we've been preaching throughout practice. So I think just getting better overall, focusing on defense and getting stops throughout games.
I also talked with Kaleb Hammeke and Jared Vitztum about the upcoming season. Hammeke was the MIAA Freshman of the Year last season and spoke about looking forward to playing with most of the same teammates.
Having Jared back this year and a lot of the guys from last year, we got really close as a team last year, and it's cool to have, I think, 12 guys back. So everyone's really close and everyone's competing every day in practice, so it should be a good year and a lot of fun.
This is Vitztum's 6th season due to a redshirt year and an extra season of eligibility due to the pandemic. Here's what he had to say.
It's just another opportunity just to play basketball. It's what I've always loved to do. It's just enjoyable to be around the team, be around the coaches. Just another year to hopefully have a good season. I mean, we haven't had the best seasons the last couple of years, so hopefully we can end it right for me and then kind of build on it for the next couple of years for the other guys. I'm just looking forward to just being with the guys one last time. I mean, not a lot of people get to play 6 years, so it's really just a blessing just to be out here and just continue to play and continue to try to get better with the team. And I'm definitely going to miss it, but I get one more year to do it, so I'm going to take advantage of it.
To end, I asked Coach Johnson about what goals he had for his team this season.
The goal is to work hard every day, play hard every day, be consistent in your effort. And I always say I think your goals come at the end of the year. Be consistent with your effort every day. Be consistent with your intensity. Be consistent with your physicality. Be consistent with your coaching. And let's try to get better every day. And if we do those things, then all the goals we can set right now we will achieve. But let's worry about those basic things before we get into what the final destination is.
The team will start their season on Saturday, November 13th. They will play Arkansas Tech at 5:30 in Gross Memorial Coliseum as a part of the MIAA GAC Challenge. For Tiger Media Network, I'm Reagan Neufeld.
Thank you, Reagan. The men's basketball team will host the MIAA and Great American Conference crossover tournament, as Fort Hays will host Arkansas Tech and Southwest Oklahoma State. The Tigers will be on the floor around 5:30 on Saturday and 3 on Sunday. If you can't make it, tune in to the MIAA Network, as Tiger Media Network will be streaming every game of this tournament. In local sports news, the local Hays football teams, as TMP Marion beat Hoisington 36-27, the Monarchs will take on 9-1 Kingman at home at Lewis Field Stadium. Hays High competed against the second-ranked Andover Trojans for their first time in program history. The Indians beat the Trojans 18-6. The Indians have done one thing this season that has ever only been accomplished by 2 other teams. That is to make it to Week 11. The previous Indian teams that have not won their Week 11 game. The Indians will compete against Mays this Friday night. The Indians and Monarchs have achieved something together that this town has never seen, as TMP and Hayes High has never won their respective Week 9 games, let alone compete until Week 11. These teams have accomplished something that hasn't been done since World War II. After the break, Liz will be back with more news. Stay tuned.
My name is Allie, and I'm a senior business major at Fort Hays. I love working for TMN. It has made me a more experienced photographer and really helped me professionally due to all the changing environments and the different opportunities. I've also been able to meet and talk to a lot of people, which has helped bring me out of my shell.
Tiger Media Network is the independent student media organization here at Fort Hays State University. It encompasses audio, video, print, photography, digital news. There's a little bit of everything at TMN.
They offer so many different events, opportunities, so many different things to go out and do and learn so that you can make a more compelling story and just help develop you as a storyteller.
I toured this facility and I saw this radio station and then the TV studio, and I was like, yeah, this is something that I definitely need to be a part of. Here, you know, I was instantly able to make my own content, being able to broadcast my own shows.
If you have a passion about sports or about news, it doesn't matter. You can come here and you can work from day one and get that experience that demonstrates your ability to be a professional in the media industry.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Teachers today are finding new ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Welcome back, Tigers. The Ellis County Historical Society recently celebrated the 50th anniversary of its founding. The celebration took place on Saturday with a variety of activities for the public to engage in. TMN's Hammeke Lou was there to give us the story.
My name is Amanda Rupp, and I'm the interim director at the time being, and this is
Amanda Unrein.
And
I'm Adam Conkey. I'm the curator/historian.
We're here today at the Ellis County Historical Society at Main and 7th, celebrating our 50th anniversary of incorporation.
And we have chosen a celebration today. We have speakers going out throughout the day, and then gunfighters for your entertainment. We just wanted to remind the county and the area that even though our building has been closed for the past couple of years, we are still doing a lot of work behind the scenes, and we have a lot to offer in ways of storytelling of history of our area. We have been working together since about March when the board elected us, and we have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Our museum back here has over 100,000 artifacts and an extensive archive
collection.
There we go. That, you know, deserves to be seen. And I know that there's a lot of history-loving people in this county that are anxious for it to be back open. So we're glad that we can open a small portion of it.
For the exhibits, we have an exhibit on the Clarkson brothers. They're buffalo hunters that came out in 1867 to hunt buffalo together. We have another archaeological dig of Billy Dixon's camp south of town. He was also a supplier of the buffalo hunters. And we have an exhibit featuring the history of the Volga Germans, including their food, their culture, and wedding rituals, I suppose.
Today, we just are reminded that so many people started the Historical Society to keep our past alive for future generations, and it feels nice to be here, the three of us as a team, a younger generation, than those that had started that were probably in their 50s or 60s at the time. And we have a love for our history and a love for our heritage, and it feels nice to have some revived youth come to the table.
Recently, the Hayes Symphony brought some spooky spirit to the community with their Creepy Classics concert. TMN's Reagan Neufeld has the story.
On October 31st, the Hayes Symphony performed their annual Halloween children's concert called Creepy Classics. The guests not only enjoyed live music, but pre-concert activities as well. These included crafts, spooky music tours, and a story time. The kids were also able to learn about the different families of instruments. At the brass and woodwind stations, musicians told their audience about the different instruments and how they were played. The other stations, which displayed the percussion and string instruments, were interactive. Here, the kids actually got to learn how to play the instruments. Here's the Symphony Publicity Chair, Kathy Drabkin, on why this event is important.
All right, so this is our annual Halloween Children's Concert. We hold it every year because we think it's really important to expose children to live symphonic music and to the idea of becoming music makers themselves one day.
The Symphony's next concert will be on December 4th and will be another family-friendly event. For Tiger Media Network, I'm Reagan Neufeld.
Last Friday, at least 8 people died during Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival in Houston. Victims were aged from 14 to 27 years old. Many more were transferred to hospitals, while some were treated at the field hospital, which was set up close to the festival. Viewers' discretion is advised for this clip from TikToker Gabby Simeone, who was at the bottom of the pile of people.
I know, we're trying.
Travis Scott and rap artist Drake have faced backlash from this tragedy and are currently being sued for negligence and encouraging of violence. Travis Scott let out a statement on his official Twitter account in which he says, "I am committed to working together with the Houston community to heal and support the families in need. Our hearts go out to those families and individuals who tragically died and those who were injured." A themed poetry event will be taking place on campus this Wednesday. The university poet laureate Jacob Buckman will be hosting the event, and the theme is modern music. Participants will be able to share, analyze, and discuss the poetic lyrics of today's music. The event will take place in the Old Foundry area of Rarick Hall at 7:30 p.m. So far this year has housed exhibits that display sculptures, paintings, photography, and more. Now, the Interior Design Student Association is getting their turn to show off their artistic talents. TMN's Lauren Wynn was able to give us a look at their work. Thank you, Lauren. If you want to take a closer look at the exhibit, it will still be on display through November 12th. The Hayes High, DECA, and cross-country teams hosted their annual turkey trot this weekend. Ricardo Lujan was there.
On November 6th, the Hayes Recreation Commission, along with the Hayes High cross-country team and Hayes High DECA, hosted the Turkey Trot 5K and 10K run. The event had a great turnout as many individuals and families participated in both races.
My name is Juan Manuel Hernandez.
I'm Dominic Hernandez.
And Leonardo Hernandez.
Alright, so how do you guys feel after running the 10K?
Alive, solid,
awesome,
happy. Yeah.
Good, happy with the performance.
Yeah,
Great way to end the season.
Yeah.
For the winners of the 5K and 10K races, they received a complimentary turkey as a reward.
The time of year has come where people want to skip over Thanksgiving completely and go straight to Christmas. In this week's This or That, TMN's Tierney McGivney finds out when students begin decorating for Christmas.
Hi, my name is Tierney McGivney and I'm here with Tiger Media, and today we are going to be doing This or That. Do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas? This or that, do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
Before Thanksgiving.
Why?
Because Christmas lights are cool and it should be like a law to decorate before Thanksgiving.
Do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
Before.
Why?
Because you don't really decorate for Thanksgiving, I guess. Well, I don't, so.
Do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
Before.
Why?
Because it's over too early to decorate.
Do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
After.
Why?
I usually do that like 2 weeks before Christmas.
This or that, do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
Oh, I don't decorate at all, but if I were to, it'd be after Thanksgiving.
Do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
Before.
Why?
Because I love Christmas.
Do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
After Thanksgiving.
Why?
Because it's not time for Christmas yet.
Do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
After.
Why?
Because Thanksgiving is its own holiday.
This or that, do you guys decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
Before Thanksgiving.
After Thanksgiving.
Why?
I don't know, just kind of get a head start on it.
Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, so I like to enjoy it.
Do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
Probably before, because you need to have like the longest amount of time to celebrate.
Do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
I definitely decorate after. Yeah.
Why?
I don't start decorating until like December 1st because, I don't know, I just feel like it's way too early.
This or that, do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
Before. Christmas starts now.
Do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
After. Definitely after.
This or that, do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
After Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving.
This or that, do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
Before. Always before.
This or that, do you decorate before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
The day after Thanksgiving.
Looks like that wraps up this week's newscast. For more content, please go to tigermedianet.com as well as our Facebook and YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. I'm Liz Steck, and I'll see you next time.